Hey guys, Merry Meet and welcome to week 28 of the YouTube Pagan Challenge. And I had to make notes for this one because this is kind of a long topic for me. And this week's topic is chants and songs, and I actually should have had the page up so I could read the exact wording. But it is essentially pagan chants and songs. And this is something I've always really been passionate about because I love my spirituality. I love music, and I want to find the intersection where those meet. So I spent a lot of time, and I've got to be real honest, there's a lot of pagan music out there that I don't like. Like, if things get a little bit too folky, like, I'm allergic to folk music. I break out into hives. I'm like, okay, this is nice, feels real good for a song or two, but then I gotta go. So I am really picky about my music, and so I don't tend to listen to a lot of folk music unless it is kind of like based on world fusion, or, you know, this is Celtic based, or this is Scandinavian, or this is, you know, German, or what have you. So as far as music goes, I went through my Spotify, and I have a couple pagan playlists on my Spotify for various purposes. Some's a little bit more chill, some's a little bit more meditative, some's a little bit more lively, that sort of thing. And so I did want to mention some of my favorites. Wendy Rule, her stuff I really like. Her song Hecate is just stunning and beautiful. And I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this, but Quintal, Qntal, love their music. It's not specifically pagan, but it has a very pagan feel to it. Fawn is German. They're amazing. Dead Can Dance, again, not specifically pagan, but it has that kind of deep, emotional, spiritual kind of sensuality to it. Corvus Corax, and actually, I should have grouped these all together. Hagalah's Rune Dance, I like them a lot. They are, I don't know, just they kind of bring that kind of primalness into it, so it's not like full on just folk, like a guy with a guitar strumming about the days of yore or some shit. But it actually has like a lot of passion to it. The Moon and the Night Spirit. I like Voss or Niaz or I don't know, they're a lot like that. And actually, Beats Antique is great for like belly dance music. But it brings in so many other different influences. It's really great. And I actually had an opportunity to see them in June, I believe, or late May. I wasn't able to make it. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm kind of hoping they tour through here again. Now, two of my favorite bands, these are two of my real big favorites, are Led Zeppelin. I've always loved Led Zeppelin, and so many of their lyrics are pagan or pagan flavored. So like, keep an eye out for that. Like, you know, take a look at their lyrics. Also, you know, some songs by Cream are based on old blues songs, which have kind of a hoodoo or a conjure element to them. But actually, one that I've found really recently that I love, that we just went and saw them live. I didn't know that much about them, but they take me immediately into this incredibly rich ritual mindset where everything is sensual and everything is spiritual and everything is exotic and beautiful, is Desert Dwellers. And I know that there are more bands like Desert Dwellers out there. I'm kind of exploring them now, but definitely listen to Desert Dwellers if you get a chance. It's just so sensual. It's just amazing. It was so good to dance to. Like, husband and I were all over each other for that show. But yeah, the stuff I like tends to be inspired by electronica, which I believe, if it has that kind of trancey element, that kind of repetitive beat, that can take you to a trance state. World fusion, if it has some sort of tie to a place and to a culture, I love it. Even metal. Sometimes metal can transport you somewhere. I actually saw Truck Fighters not that long ago, and the way that their songs kind of, the way that the songs and the whole show kind of built from this kind of slow, grungy, driving beat into this kind of like frenzy of, oh god, it was amazing. And it was very much it brought me to kind of like a ritual place where you were building that energy. It's amazing. And there's like a lot of music out there that's not specifically pagan that still does that has that energy build and then the release. So keep an eye out for that. And as far as chants, I don't know that much about pagan chant. Well, no, I'm sorry, I do. I've been exposed to them throughout the years. But I don't know who does a lot of chants these days. I don't know who is publishing that sort of thing. I know that I used to love Libana, Libana, and they did a lot of the really iconic pagan chants. So they did the earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. They did, they do have their version of Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna. So a lot of the pagan chants that have been used and recorded by so many people were recorded originally or recorded really well by Libana. And I actually found 2 websites that I wanted to share with you guys. When I looked up pagan chants, there are a bunch of pagan chant repositories out there where people have collected these chants, which I think is amazing, and I want to go and explore more. I'm going to put these actually in the description, but one is www.earthspirit.com. I'm not going to do the whole URL because you'll be able to just click. And one is www.sanfords.net. So I wanted to mention those. If you want to go look for some pagan chants and, record your own, make them your own, use them in ritual. Very often when I'm doing ritual, I do chants, not necessarily musical chants, but I will say, Hecate brings me release as I'm burning things that I want to give up or offer. Or I'm trying to think of some that I've used. The goddess wants me to be happy. The goddess wants me to be happy. The goddess wants me to be happy. Just to kind of like, I feel like using repetitive phrases like that really, kind of, there's a balance between an affirmation and a chant. And I feel like bringing that element of repetitiveness to it really kind of makes the magic settle in. And a lot of my most powerful workings have had like a really good chant that just kind of came to me. Actually, one that's recent is I love you, but I love myself more. And I was trying to bring my energy back to myself, so where it had strayed. And it just came to me as I was doing the ritual, and I just started repeating that. So that happens actually quite a lot for me. So then I write them down and use them. So yeah, so I think that's all I wanted to cover. Yeah, again, like if you're not familiar with Desert Dwellers, go check them out because it does bridge that gap between electronica and really amazing world fusion. Check out all those that I mentioned. And honestly, I would add links to them on, all in the description. If I get time for that, there's a lot. So go search pagan music. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add a link to my Spotify playlist. Yeah, I'll do that. So that's it. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Let me know what kind of music you listen to. What gets you into that kind of ritual headspace. Let me know, do you use chants? Do you make up your own? Yeah, so hope you guys are having a great day and blessed be. Bye-bye.